New at 5, 1 minute, he's winning the championship game. The next, he is rushed to the hospital where his family is told he may not survive. For the first time tonight, we are speaking directly with the 15-year-old basketball player from Covington who incredibly is back at school and back on the court.
What a scare. Doctors say they still don't know what exactly made him so sick. But as our Caitlin Ross reports, his family believes there was a purpose to all of this.
I miss being in the gym. This is like my second home. There's nothing that really calms me down like basketball does.
Hands on the ball, eyes on the basket. The court keeps 15-year-old Payton steady.
Even if like worse comes to worse and they were like, okay, you'll live, but you might be paralyzed from the waist down, I'd be out here in a wheelchair.
The sound of the game is a constant in his life, even when words fail. His parents were watching Payton play in the championship game February 10th when they noticed something was off.
Sat back down, couldn't get back up, couldn't feel my legs anymore. I don't remember. All of my memories gone.
His parents remember all too well. Payton collapsed and had a seizure.
That was hard to not know what was going to be. It was hard to not be in control of what was going to be.
The doctors didn't know if they could save Payton. He tested positive for COVID-19 and the flu, but they couldn't figure out what else was going on.
She was just blunt. She's like, I'm just going to let you know this is very serious. Like he might even die. And you know, as a parent, you're like, did I just hear that?
Payton was in a coma for 10 days, and then he opened his eyes.
I felt fine when I woke up. It was just like waking up from a nap, really.
He was still on a ventilator and couldn't speak, but he tried to write a message to his mom. He tried to write, I love you.
He's infamous for doing this. So he was doing it with one hand and then he would point to me, and when the nurse and I both realized that he was saying, I love you, we were both crying.
After 19 days in the ICU, he was cleared to go home. A week after that, he was back on the court.
There's not a doctor in there that could tell you what was wrong with me or why it happened.
Doctors still don't have a diagnosis for Payton, but his family believes it happened for a reason.
The way that he's already touched people's lives without even speaking a word.
Watching him back on the court, they believe his recovery is a miracle.
Payton says he'll be ready to play next season and wants to get back out there with his team, but he has to get his strength back up first. He lost 28 pounds in the ICU, and his dad joked the only thing he left the hospital with was an appetite.